The bravery of dogs is not commonly known, because they are typically portrayed as timid and submissive animals. But these amazing creatures can be extremely brave when their owners are in danger. This is the story of a small dog that defied a lioness' strength to save a girl's life. It was a beautiful afternoon when a family decided to take a walk in the woods near their house. The father carried his young daughter on his shoulders while the mother walked behind them with the family dog. They had no idea what was waiting for them there. As the family ventured deeper into the forest, the little girl began to get bored. She asked her father to let her down so she could run around and play. He agreed, but told her to stay close by. The little girl happily skipped ahead, unaware of the danger that lay ahead. Just then, the family dog began to growl and bark ferociously. It was clear that something had caught her attention. The girl's parents were taken aback by her sudden reaction, but they couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. Then they saw it, a huge lion blocking their daughter's path. The girl was terrified and froze in her tracks. The lion took a step forward, its eyes fixed on the girl. The father immediately reacted and scooped her up and ran back the way they had come. But the lion was quick and agile. It easily caught up with him and knocked him to the ground. The mother screamed in terror, but there was nothing she could do. The lion had the girl in its clutches and was ready to pounce. At that moment, the family dog sprang into action. She lunged at the lion, barking furiously. The big cat was taken aback by the dog's audacity and momentarily hesitated. In that split second, the father managed to get back on his feet and grab his daughter. They all ran as fast as they could, with the lion close behind them. Adrenaline pumped through their veins as they heard the lion's heavy paws pounding the ground. The sound of their own footsteps echoed in their ears as they raced away. The little girl clung to her father, burying her face in his shoulder. She could feel the lion's hot breath on her neck as it stalked them, ready to strike. Just when it seemed like they had outrun the beast, it made a sudden turn and disappeared into the bushes. The family collapsed on the ground, panting heavily. They had never been so scared in their lives. The little girl's legs gave way and she slid down against a tree. The father held her close, whispering soothing words into her ear. They stayed in the forest for a few moments, too scared to move. Then, slowly but surely, they began to calm down. The little girl looked up at her father with tearful eyes. She was shaken to her core. But she was safe, and that was all that mattered. When they finally returned home, the family received a hero's welcome. People in the town praised their bravery and resilience. The little girl was showered with gifts and affection. But the true hero of the story was the family dog. She had shown extraordinary courage and quick thinking and saved the girl's life. To show their appreciation, the family gave her an extra portion of food and a new collar. They also took her to the vet for a checkup, where it was discovered that she had a small wound on her leg. It turned out that the lion had scratched her during the attack. Over time, the memory of the terrifying ordeal faded away. The little girl grew up and eventually went to college, but she never forgot the day that her dog had saved her life. Whenever she saw a dog, she couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude and admiration. The brave canine had become a legend in the family, and its story was passed down from generation to generation. Many years later, the little girl was now a successful writer. She had written several novels and was working on her next project. One day, she had an idea. Why not write a story about her dog? She sat down at her desk and began to write. As the words flowed from her pen onto the paper, she relived the terrifying ordeal of that day. She wrote about the bravery of her dog and the gratitude she felt towards it. After weeks of hard work, the book was finished. It was a bestseller and was soon adapted into a movie. The girl was thrilled. She had finally done justice to her dog's memory. On the day of the book release, she organized a charity event. All the proceeds went to an animal shelter. The girl was proud of what she had accomplished. She had not only honored her dog's memory, but also helped animals in need. As the evening drew to a close, the girl stood up on a chair and addressed the crowd. She thanked everyone for coming and for their support. Then she turned to the bookshelf and pulled out a copy of her book. Holding it up high, she said, "This book is dedicated to my dog, the bravest animal I have ever known." The audience burst into applause. The girl beamed at the crowd and felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She knew that her dog would have been proud of her. The girl's story became widely known, and many people were inspired by her bravery and quick thinking. Experts believe that the dog's actions saved the girl's life. If the dog hadn't attacked the lion, the big cat might have killed the girl. The girl's parents were also praised for their bravery. They had protected their daughter to the best of their ability and had never given up hope. The incident also raised awareness about the importance of pet safety. Many people began to take their dogs for walks in groups or with someone else. They also kept their dogs on a leash to prevent any sudden attacks. The girls' parents, in particular, became advocates for pet safety. They spoke at schools and community events, urging people to take precautions when in the wilderness. They also donated money to local animal shelters in the dog's name. As for the lion, it was never seen again. Some believe it had been driven away by the dog's attack, while others believe it simply retreated back into the forest. The attack had a profound impact on the community. People were shocked and saddened by what had happened. They had never thought that such a tragedy could strike so close to home. But the incident also brought the community together. People rallied around the girl and her family, offering their support and condolences. They organized fundraisers and donated money to the family to help them cope with the aftermath of the attack. In the end, the girl's story had a happy ending. Not only did she survive the attack, but she also became a symbol of bravery and resilience. Her story continues to inspire people today, and she is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail.